Hey, all you beautiful people. It's Marty out here with you. See you on the mountain. And I hope you go over to Facebook, Increasing Outdoors, where we have a site there for increasing in your faith in the outdoors experience hunting, fishing, gardening, all kinds of things, beekeeping. Wonderful site. Also, there's Pleasant Valley, Colorado Beekeeper on Facebook. And here on YouTube, See You on the Mountain. And just doing a little outside assessment tonight. And you can tell the strength of your hives when they come in. You keep watching the entrance of a hive. And so we're looking over here. Delmont Acres. It's doing good. I checked it the other day. It's doing good. They're doing good. In Jim Zackham Hive, doing good. The Joe Knutson Hive. That's a little behind. But that's I did a split. So they're going to be behind this year. So I'm just going to build them up. I'm going to feed them sugar water. I'm not going to take any honey from them. Just keep feeding them sugar water. Build those bees up there. Then we have the little Guadalupe Hive back there, and the Guile Hive with Hubert and Sid back there. And they, of course, can, if you can tell, they have not only the top super pretty much full. Right there, it's full. I'm messing up the focus here. So we put it's actually a deep. I went to a single brood chamber this year, so I put the deep on top, and that's pretty much full of honey. And that second one down below, I learned that from a kid in Canada, Canadian beekeeper. So you put the empty one down below and the full one up top. Anyway, whoop, had a bee hit me in the head. She didn't sting me. She was just trying to get home. And then the blessed Eva Hive, as you can tell, look at that. Let me look down here at the Guile Hive. They've got space, so I'm going to have to go into the blessed Eva Hive again and add some more space. As you can tell, that thing is packed, and it's got a lot of honey in it too. So they're bearding up on the outside there, but it's evening, and so they're trying to make space. And then the Denninger Hive, look at that. Look at that. And man, I try to lift that top one, and it is packed full of honey, that top brood chamber. And I gave them the second the other day. And I also, it's the first time I've ever done it with that Denninger Hive, I did the powder sugar coat treatment on them. And I'm going to try that with all the hives. And just a matter of getting around to it. I have a new tool for that. It's kind of cool. Found it in the cooking section. I spent 10 years professionally cooking, so I've learned a lot of stuff from cooking. And had chefs yelling at me for years. Seems like chefs just like to yell, man. Kitchens are pretty high intense environments. And then there's the Amy Jensen Wildflower Hive, doing really well. Yeah, we found evidence of a queen in there. I saw a unmated queen. I think they either the queen died, or it's that hive may have swarmed on me. I'm not sure. And swarms, I was reading The Alchemist the other day. Thank you, Clay Hart, encouraging me to keep at that book. I was reading The Alchemist, and it says sometimes you can't hold back the river, and I'm saying sometimes you can't hold back the mountain. But anyway, in beekeeping, sometimes you can't hold back the swarms. Sometimes they'll get away from you. A hive will get away. But I've always seen it as my contribution to the wild feral beehives in the area. But statistics are that they don't have a good chance for survival. But I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, that's kind of how I see it. I like to look at things in a positive fashion. So there's the Grand Sweet Caroline Hive over there, and they're starting to bolster up. You can see I don't have a third on them, or a second on them rather. Amy Jensen and the Grands, but I think that Grands is pretty close. I'll be putting a honey super on them probably in the next 2-3 days. I'm going to probably go ahead and powder coat them for mites. And what that powder coating does is it gets all over the bee, and it can't get to this area to groom. And so the other bees will help it groom the area it can't reach, where the mites like to hide. And they groom off the mites. Daydance, I think Daydance come out with a bee gem. It's kind of a weird mechanism. I looked at it the other day, and it goes, they kind of, it's kind of like the cattle in their scratching post, and these bees will scratch up against it and knock the mite off. So kind of interesting, all the things we're trying to do to figure out these mites. They're a bad deal for the bees. Give them viruses and weaken them and deformed wings and all that kind of stuff in the young bees that emerge. So we got to continually battle those. This is the Hive swarm the other day. I got a second up there, but it's. I was going to try to do some feeders up on top. I can't figure them out, so I probably may break that down. But I may put those, use that as a nuke for this year, and go ahead and split it when it gets strong. Kind of running out of time for that, but I want to get at least 2 or 3 more splits minimum, and go into winter with a good amount of bees, and really baby them up over the winter, and hopefully get a strong bunch of bees coming out of the winter. So you got to plan for next year. Start planning for next year. Always planning. Always try to get ahead on the calendar. I'm calendar challenged, but that's no excuse. We gotta get things done and figure things out. So I hope you all had a great and beautiful day. It's a wonderful time of year, July. We're getting plenty of heat, which is good. You put heat to and water to corn and okra, and that stuff grows. I love that okra. So anyway, we're hoping you're having a good day. We got some cherries coming on over here. My Bing cherry trees in the front yard, they came on fairly strong this year, but as usual, the birds beat me to them. I'm going to do some pruning back so maybe I can net them. These are bush cherries, and they did really well. Let me zoom in on them. See them right there. There's a whole bunch of them. I planted them back here in the Beeyard. They're protected by this fence from the deer going in and the bear going in and eating them all. Probably need to plant more things in here or make this Beeyard bigger so I can plant more things in here. I'm looking to sow some yellow sweet clover in this area so I can have clover in here and feed the bees better. I've got some Dutch clover down there. Anyway, so we're trying to get this area all nice. I want to make this whole area a outdoor bee yard. I want to make it kid friendly and start having classes and just teaching people about the wonders of the beautiful bee. So we're working on things. I've got some folks helping me work on a few things to get my website going better, and other things to get the good message out of the bees and help people get bees everywhere. So, hey, we love y'all, and you know where we'll see you on the mountain. And if you like these videos, please like, subscribe, share, and get the word out. We're going to build this thing. I've got goals for the future. We're going to build this in a beautiful, powerful fashion. And I will see you on the mountain.